Welcome to PokeTamer Ranks, where I rank anything. Today I'm ranking some of the most popular Pokemon card videos on YouTube from the past year. Now I'm going to try my best not to rank the creators. I'm trying to be impartial and just judge the videos themselves. There are also a couple of rules, only one video per creator, otherwise this would just turn into the Deep Pocket Monster Marathon. And secondly, this list came from YouTube's most popular search algorithm. Not exact view count, so if I've missed something, blame YouTube. Right, let's see who's making the best Pokemon card videos. First up is Pokemon TCG Pocket Fantastical Parade official trailer by the official Pokemon YouTube channel with 25 million views. This is just a 53-second advert for the new Fantastical Parade set. It's obviously a good video with good production. It's the Pokemon company, they're not going to release a bad one. But as for what it's actually advertising, personally, I don't get TCG Pocket. Why would you want to own digital versions of cards rather than the actual physical things? It might just be that I'm old, but it's the same feeling I had when NFTs became a thing. And it's the same feeling I still have now that new release games are only being sold digitally. What happens when Pokemon decides TCG Pocket doesn't earn them enough money anymore and they shut it down? You're left with nothing, or screenshots of your cards. It's the same thing that happened with PlayStation. If you bought a film through their online store, you paid to own it. You paid full price. Then Sony lost the rights to broadcast those films, and they were removed from people's libraries with no refunds. That's the problem of anything that's digital only. It's only yours for as long as the company decides to let you keep it. I'd like to see Pokemon come and take my physical card collection from me. I mean, they probably could because I'm weak, but it'd still be harder for them than just pressing a button. As for this video, it gets a D. Don't like the content, but obviously the production quality is decent. Next we have Pokemon card Scalpers by MeatCanyon, sitting at around 8 million views. I like the MeatCanyon content, they aren't always winners, but more hits than misses. I think this video is good, just maybe not one of his best. Basically, it's playing up the whole crazy scalpers being nerds, neckbeards and losers, which is all mostly factual. It then mixes that with them being sort of like a zombie horde. For me, the whole scalpers are losers joke has been done a bit too much now, it's getting a little bit tired, but this video is around 8 months old, so it probably came out at the perfect time. You've also got to appreciate the creativity and effort that goes into these videos. The scripting, animation and voice acting are all top quality, and I think he still does most of it himself. Whether you like the video or not, you've got to respect the amount of work that's gone into it. This is a solid A tier video. He's got plenty of other videos I've watched that would easily make S tier. This one just misses the mark a little bit for me. Next up we have Collect Every Umbreon Ever Pokemon Card Challenge by Deep Pocket Monster, sitting at 7.7 million views. DPM has a bunch of videos from the last year that are all around this mark, but this one had slightly more views than the others. Basically, he buys a half-complete Umbreon master set from one of his subscribers with the intention of completing it. The subscriber has a hard time letting it go, eventually gives it to DPM, he completes it, then gives it back to the subscriber as a gift. A really nice video. You have to appreciate Deep Pocket Monster videos whether you like him or not. The formula he's found and the storytelling he does is another level. Obviously, the money he spends in these videos is obscene. It's like money doesn't matter, just buy. But I have no issue with that. If you've worked hard and earned your money, spend it how you like. Plus, the key takeaways from his videos are free. The reason they do so well isn't the money he spends, it's the storytelling. He sets out a goal at the start, what is he trying to achieve? Then you have the journey of trying to achieve it, the ups and the downs, and the final conclusion. Did he meet his goal? It doesn't matter whether he did it or not, because you were there for the journey. I've tried to put some of these techniques into my own videos with the Profit or Loss series, obviously to a much lower standard. But if I say we bought a certain bundle on eBay for X amount, let's try to make a profit, then the whole video becomes the journey of doing it. Did we do it? It still needs work, but you can take his ideas and apply them to your own stuff. He has changed the game in the Pokemon card content creation world. He's even mastered shorts, which is still a mystery to me. Now, the pessimist in me would say everything nice he does is just for the video. The only reason he completed the binder then gave it back is because he knew that it would make a banger video, not because he really cared. But honestly, what does it matter? Whether he did it for the content or not, the video is great and the guy who got the binder was genuinely happy. You appreciate it for what it is. If someone makes a video feeding the homeless, does it matter that they're doing it for clout? If it makes a bunch of people happy and the homeless get fed, then the motives don't really matter. Again, he probably has a whole team of script editors and video editors helping him now, but at the end of the day, storytelling is key to a good video. It's S tier all day long. Next up we have Is This the Best Pokemon Binder Ever by HLD Cards and Collectibles, sitting at 2.6 million views. There's not much to this one, it's basically a vendor point of view video where a kid comes up to show off their binder and it's absolutely stacked. It's the quality of the cards in the binder that makes the video, that's the reason people are watching, but it's just a small harmless fun video. My biggest takeaway from this is that a smaller creator managed to make a video that took off and found its place in the algorithm, which is awesome. I say smaller, they're not really. They have about 152k subs, but I don't know how many they had before this 2.6 million view video. They also seem to be a pretty successful shorts creator. What I mean is, it's usually the guys with millions of subscribers getting millions of views, so it's cool to see a video pop off for someone outside of those bigger channels. It makes it feel possible for the rest of us. As for the video itself, the binder is awesome and it is absolutely stacked, so you've got to appreciate that, even if the video is pretty simple. So we're putting this one in a solid B tier. Next up we have $1 versus $1,000 Pokemon pack by Crispy Pokemon, sitting at 2.3 million views. I haven't watched a lot of Crispy's content, not really sure why because it looks pretty good, but I have seen tons of these types of videos from other creators, and I like them. I like the mystery element of it, gives me those mystery tingles. And as much as some people dislike it too, I also like the money element. I like seeing expensive packs being opened, packs I could never afford to buy myself, because it's fun seeing all of the cool vintage stuff that I'd never get to experience otherwise. I don't really want to watch someone opening the latest set because I could technically just do that at home. Essentially, the whole beginning of the video is just building up. It's all about the $1,000 pack. Everything else is just a warm-up. I don't know which creator can claim they did it first, but to me it doesn't really matter. Once you put an idea on YouTube, it's fair game. You'd hope another creator would tag you and say they got inspiration from you, but it's not really expected. As long as people put their own spin or flair on it, creators are always going to latch on to what's working. I also like this video because he got absolutely boned by the expensive packs, which feels much more like real life. Sometimes with the bigger creators, I'm sat there thinking, did they just open 8 of those packs until they got a hit and then show the one good pack? Or did they weigh the vintage pack to make sure they got something good so the video had a banger ending? I'm sure most of the time they just got lucky, but you never know. For me, this is an A tier video. It was a fun watch. Next up we have Ripping Scalpers Pokemon Cards by Fred Bayer, which has 2.2 million views. But I hate this shit. I can't stand prank videos. This is a half-hour long video of a guy trying to prank another guy, which builds to the final payoff of him ripping an expensive card in front of their face. It's great. It's super awesome. Also, Fred spent thousands of pounds flying to Japan to stalk his target, then spent thousands more on a prismatic Umbreon just to rip it up in front of him. So the guy who got pranked lost nothing, and the prankster lost thousands of pounds. Who actually lost in this situation? Because I have no idea. Also, for some reason, halfway through the video, he decided it would be a good idea to dress up as someone from Asia, including dyeing his hair, wearing dark contact lenses, and putting on makeup. So the possible racism and stereotyping was worth it for the disguise. Not really. He then proceeded to wear a hat and a face mask so you couldn't see him anyway. Now I get it. I'm not the demographic these videos are aimed at. I'm a 36-year-old man. It would be weird if I was sat there giggling and thinking this shit was funny. It's clearly meant for 13-year-olds and people with low IQs. Also, the title. At no point did he rip up a Scalper's cards. He gave someone a card, took it back, then ripped it up. Fantastic. It gets an E, and I would put it lower if I could. Absolute dog shite. Next up, we have Shooting Over Pokemon Cards by Penguins0, which has 1.7 million views. This is just a commentary video looking at a news story where someone got shot over Pokemon cards. Although, I think they said the shooting was actually over someone cutting in line. So was it really over Pokemon cards? They could have been queuing for anything, I guess. If it was just an altercation over queue jumping and someone's ego couldn't take it to the point they got a bit shooty. I'm not a huge fan of these types of videos. Plus, Penguins0, I'd have no idea if that's how you pronounce it, has about 18 million subscribers. He's a massive creator, so it's not really surprising this video got 1.7 million views. If anything, he's slacking. This is actually pretty low for his channel. A lot of his more recent videos have more views than this, so it's not even a particularly good video by his own standards. Let's stick it in D tier. Next we have millions of dollars in rare Pokemon cards and collectibles, Pawn Stars History, by the History channel YouTube, currently sitting at 1.7 million views. This is a bit of a nothing video. It's basically just a clip from the TV show Pawn Stars, where Gary King, or King Pokemon, goes in to sell his collection. Obviously, he's not actually planning to sell it. This is the sort of manufactured entertainment you get from these American programs. The producers approach someone to bring in their collection and show it off. But really it's just an excuse to make some content and show normal people how much Pokemon cards can cost. So they can all go, wow, that much for a piece of cardboard? Because yes, it all costs stupid amounts of money. Especially King Gary's collection. He's well known in the community for owning some incredibly valuable cards. I'm pretty sure he's the guy who sold Jake Paul his Charizard. So it's all a bit manufactured. But I'm not completely against it, they know how to hook an audience. I used to love Storage Wars and Gold Divers, which are basically the same sort of thing. They're just easy watching. You don't have to think too hard, you can just switch your brain off for half an hour. Also, King Gary's collection is genuinely insane, so we give this one a C tier. It's still more entertaining than most YouTube videos. Next we have Scammer Attacks Me Over Pokemon Cards by Canal Joseph, sitting at 1.7 million views. This is basically vlog content where a guy is trying to find Pokemon cards in Japan on release day. He is also the recipient of the prank by Fred from the earlier video, although this guy only gives it about 2 minutes of screen time rather than stretching it out for half an hour. Canal seems alright in this video to me. One of his mates seems like an idiot. Again, I'm not the demographic. His content is aimed more at sort of edgy 10-year-olds. But wandering around Japan, visiting different shops, and then genuinely getting attacked by some random bloke at one point, it was all pretty interesting. I won't be choosing to watch it again, but it can go in D tier knowing it comfortably beats the prank video. Next up we have I Explored an Abandoned Pokemon Card Shop by Leonhart, sitting at 1.4 million views. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Leonhart is quite a polarising character. He's definitely one of those love him or hate him creators. But let's forget about the creator, the trade up challenges and everything else, and just focus on the video. He explores an old abandoned card shop, looks through everything that was left behind, and finds absolutely nothing. It's all just modern bulk and unwanted cards, which to be fair is exactly what you'd expect. Nobody is leaving behind a sealed box of Holland Phantoms, but that doesn't make the video any less fun to watch. It's good, it keeps the mystery alive throughout, keeps you guessing and has a healthy amount of clickbait. It tries to make it seem like it's dangerous and unsafe to be in there, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't structurally sound, he wouldn't have been allowed to explore it. It's goddamn health and safety gone mad. There were still a few Leonhart moments where he's absolutely shocked and amazed by some random bits of rubbish on the floor, but generally, it was a fun watch. I'm giving this one a solid B tier. Next up we have Do Not Open Pokemon Mystery Boxes at 3 AM by Lankybox, which has 1.4 million views. Now, why should we not open mystery boxes at 3 AM? This is never explained, but the two guys in the video are constantly shouting, so if it really is 3 AM, their neighbours fucking hate them. Obviously this is a kids channel, aimed at kids even younger than the prank video's audience. This is probably aimed at like 6-year-olds. I can't hate it too much because it's clearly not meant for me. But my daughter's 3, so I watch a lot of this YouTube stuff with these shouty people and the constant zooms and rapid cuts. It's so fucking irritating. If you don't limit it, your kids will end up with ADHD. But it's not even really about Pokemon cards, they're just opening mystery boxes full of random shit. They open a couple of celebration packs, and at one point they pull a Venusaur, and somebody screams, "That's an evolution, that's so cool!" Which I thought was pretty funny. So as for the rating, I hate it, but it clearly hits its target audience perfectly. Let's stick it in D tier. Nothing is going into E tier with the absolute dumpster fire prank video. Next we have the most insane card pack opening of all time, God Pack from Lacey, sitting at 1.4 million views. This is basically just a stream of two guys opening up about $25,000 worth of cards. Not all Pokemon, just a random mix of different trading card games. I definitely did not watch the full hour. I skipped to a few interesting points and called it a day. Isn't that how everyone watches YouTube? It was a tad boring, so we're giving this one a C tier. Next we have the Predatory World of Pokemon Cards by Zackary Smigel, which is sitting at around 1.3 million views. This is a sort of journalistic investigative piece looking at the recent issues with Pokemon, trying to buy cards, scalping, and all the other shady things that have gone on. If you're new and just come back to the hobby and want to catch up on everything that's happened over the last few years, this is the video to watch. It's a really well researched and well structured video. I really think this is high quality stuff. It highlights all the recent issues without sounding depressing or overly judgmental. You can tell the effort and love that went into making it. The editing is great, and even though it's mostly B-roll, you never really get bored watching it. I think this has got to go into S tier. Next up we have Phantasmal Flames Charizard is the Only Card I Want by PokeRev, coming in at 1 million views. This is basically just PokeRev ripping a ton of packs from Phantasmal Flames. It's a 34-minute video, and I find these sorts of videos a bit boring again, but that's probably because I don't have much investment in these modern sets. If he was trying to complete a binder from pulling the cards, or there was some sort of challenge other than just I want the best card, then I think I'd be much more invested. But just sitting there ripping packs with no other goal is a little boring if you're asking me to stick around for 34 minutes. Basically, with these videos, I just skip to the big hits and move on. I'll probably give them about 2 minutes of my time. Having said that, I can quite happily sit and watch him open a whole vintage booster box or vintage set because I'm much more invested in those. So looking at the video itself, it's decent. Good production, easy to follow and well filmed. I imagine people who love the set would happily watch the whole thing. Personally though, I'm giving it a B tier. Good video, just not for me. The last video we're looking at is I regraded all my Pokemon cards by Ludwig, which currently sits at 900k views, but at the time of recording, it's only been live for 6 days, so I imagine this will be one of the bigger videos on the list in a few weeks. This is a really interesting video. They basically buy a bunch of cards and send them to CGC, then tag, and finally PSA to see how the different grading companies score the exact same cards. It highlights just how inconsistent grading can be. I think all 3 companies only agreed on the same grade twice out of every card they submitted. Some of the cards were even bought already graded by PSA before being cracked out for the experiment, and they didn't even come close to getting their original grade back. It's all luck with grading, but it was a fun watch. I don't think it's quite an S tier, but it's still a really interesting video. A tier all day long. And there we have it, the most popular Pokemon card videos on YouTube, ranked with pure facts, never opinion. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. If you agree, also let me know in the comments. Just give me some sort of engagement to keep the channel alive. And subscribe while you're at it, for God's sake. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.